Another day in paradise. And life lessons has taught a lot of us about emotional intelligence, right? But alongside of emotional intelligence, there's also emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point where you just realize where to invest emotions and where not to. It takes a while before we get to that point because it's a lot of development taking place along the way from early teenage to fully grown adult, right? And it's a sense of stability you hit when you hit that peak of emotional maturity, right? And from someone who has been through a lot emotionally, experienced a lot of pain, it's a different air that you inhale when you get to this point, right? And by that, I mean, there's a point you come to with emotional maturity where you just like, you know when to withdraw and hold back that which you would usually be emotionally attached to, right? And I ain't gonna lie, when you get to this point, woe be unto the people that, took you for granted because they lose you. You know what I mean? They just lose you. A part of that process also tires you out. Like it wears you out emotionally and mentally. You know what I mean? So it's like you just come to the point that you say no. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times this trial and error process is a process of try and fail. You gave it a shot, you gave it your all, and then you came to the point where you was like, I don't got no more. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if it didn't break you, it sends you to something heavenly. I'm telling you, because one thing I could say about a lot of the pain that I've experienced, it never changed the cleanliness of my heart. A lot of times, pain and hardship could cause one to change. But through the divine grace of God and His hand being directly on my life, man, I'm telling you, the type of pain that I have seen and emerged out of, like almost without scar, is something out of this world. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is not for the weak, right? But I thank God for every lesson learned, and I could safely say I have become emotionally mature. You know what I mean? And I just want you to know if you are going through this type of situation, it takes a lot of strength, a lot. A lot of times you're going to feel broken, you know what I mean? But the process is never to turn you into somebody bitter, but to elevate you to a level of emotional maturity to where you are balanced. You know exactly what to invest your emotions in and what not to. And that is a vital lesson in this world that we live, right? Because you got a lot of people that will take you for granted. They would abuse the hell out of you. Just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not really no fault to you. That's really their loss. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful, man, you know what I mean? That even approaching, after you go through this type of tedious process, when you do decide to invest into something worth investing in, it's going to be something heavenly, I promise you. And you would be extremely thankful for everything you have learned prior to that moment. You know what I mean? So, still humble, man. You know what I mean? Still with a clean heart. You know what I mean? Still got a lot to offer. You know what I mean? And always being optimistic for the next chapter. You know what I mean? I'm saying never give y'all no game.
Your Honor, I speak on behalf of the lost, on behalf of the low nigga trying to get a Porsche.